Coach Logan Maddox here. Some Georgia Highlands basketball here underway. Fresh down the court, tip goes to Albany Tech. Again, the Lady Chargers will be taking on the Albany Tech Lady Titans here tonight. Underneath are the Lady Titans. Number 20, that is Kia Mack. Mack passes out to the right side, a jumper up, and no good. That jumper from Fredija Ransom. Layup up and good, though, from number 20, that's Mack. Kia Mack puts first points on the board here for Albany Tech tonight. And they take the lead 2-0 here. 9 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first half. Chargers with a three-pointer up and good. A three-pointer up and good from Anna Stewart, the sophomore. Nails a three-pointer there to give the Lady Chargers a lead 3-2 here early on in the game. Albany Tech had it tipped out of bounds there by number 24 of the Lady Chargers, Katarina Kaminko, and that's going to remain Albany Tech basketball here. Inbounds pass goes to number 32, that is Ransom. Ransom has it now outside the perimeter. 8:47 left in the first half. Passes it out to the other side. Three-pointer up and no good from Albany Tech, and rebounded there by number 3, that's Anna Stewart. Stewart coming down the court is going to turn around and pass back to underneath to Kamingo. Layup up and no good. They're going to pass back to Fisher at top of the key. Now to the right there is number 22, Davis. Kamingo has it now. He's going to drive, spin, pass back out, looking to try to get it to Davis. Gets it to Davis. Tries to get it back to Kamingo, but it's stripped away by the Lady Titans defense, and they're bringing it down the court. Now underneath for a layup up and good is number 4, LaQuay Marshall. LaQuay Marshall gives Albany Tech the lead again, 4-3 here. 8 minutes left here in the first period. Albany Tech on the year 11-8 overall, 6-5 in conference play. Lady Chargers 13-11 and 8-4 in conference play. As number 10 has it, that is Hills. Hills is going to get it underneath the Fisher. Layup up and good. Rattles in from Fisher. And substitution coming here for an injury timeout. Number 3, that is Anna Stewart. She is taking a trip to the bench. She's kind of limping, coming up limping. Hope everything's okay there. Coming in for her is Elizabeth Newberry, the Rome native, Armurchie High School grad, the sophomore. Bringing it down the court now is Ransom. Going to pass over to the right. That's number 15, Holder. Holder has it now. He's going to dribble it out. Attack towards the rim, puts the layup up, and no good, too short, rebounded by Kamingo. Kamingo gives it off to Fisher now. Fisher bringing it up the court, standing right over that Charger logo. Pass out to the left to Kamingo. Now in the corner underneath, that's Hills. Hills gets it to Newberry, pass back to Kamingo. Fakes a shot, now it's going to drive past to Fisher. Had a shot, didn't take it. Has it now outside the three-point line. Makes a cut to the basket, some fancy move, but a blocked shot there by the Lady Titans. They come away with the rebound there. Coming down the court now is number 4, Marshall. Marshall tries to get a pass underneath, but it is ripped away there by number 10, Hills. Jadacia Hills, a Georgia native here on the Lady Chargers team, and gives her team the basketball again. Elizabeth Newberry had it underneath. Lost control, kept it in bounds though, but now the Lady Titans have it. Bringing it down the court, Ransom. Shot up and no good from Ransom. They're going to call a charge on Ransom. It's going to be the first personal foul for either team, or first team foul for either team. First personal foul for Deja Ransom. And that will give the Chargers the basketball now. Inbounds pass goes to Azaria Fisher. Azaria Fisher, an Oklahoma City native, a freshman here on the Lady Chargers team. Now Kamingo has it. Kamingo's going to pass and give a shot there for Hills. Hills three-pointer up, in and out, rebounded by Lady Titans. Albany Tech has it now. That's number 15. That's Holder. Holder has it. Pass over to the top of the key. There's Ransom. Ransom's going to dribble here to the near side of the court. Now dribble back towards the far side. Now they have a wide open person for three. It's Marshall up and no good, and the rebound's going to go to Hills. Hills gives it off to Fisher. Fisher bringing it down the court now. Fancy moves here. Puts a layup up and rattles off the rim, up no good, and it's going to go to Albany. Albany Tech comes away with it. That was number 15. That's Holder. Holder gives it back over to Ransom, back to Holder. Has a three-pointer if she wants it, but doesn't. Instead passes underneath to number 20. That is Mack. Now back to Ransom for a jumper, up and good. Ransom gives these Lady Titans the lead again, 6-5 here, 5:32 left in the first period. Zaria Fisher has it now. It's going to bring it up the court. No hurry. Gets it underneath the Kamingo, but it's tipped away by Albany Tech, and they come away with the basketball. Bringing it down the court now is Ransom. Ransom gets it underneath. Tries to get it underneath to number 22. That's Markeisha Reynolds, but it went off her hands, and it's going to be Georgia Highlands basketball. Timeout is called there by Georgia Highlands. That will be their basketball when we come back here into action. Again, Georgia Highlands on the year 13-11. These Lady Chargers, well over a couple games over 500 here, 8-4 in conference play. These Albany Tech girls also three games above 500 here at 11-8 overall, 6-5 in conference play. They have played already once this year, and Athens Tech came away with a win 72-63 on December 6th. So it's been quite a bit of time since they last played. We're going to have to see if Georgia Highlands can keep with it. Here, only down one with the chance to reclaim the lead here again early on in the game. Kamingo inbounds it to Fisher. Fisher bringing it up the court now. Pass back to Newberry. Newberry fakes the shot, passes over to the corner. Coming into there's Davis. Davis gives it over to Kamingo. Kamingo has it now. Going to drive underneath, put a shot up. No good, but she was fouled there. It'll be two shots thanks to the foul there by number 22, Ransom. Or not 22, Markeisha Reynolds. First personal foul, second team foul. Keisha Reynolds coming away with the foul there. Second team foul. And it'll send Katarina Kamingo to the free throw line. First trip to the line tonight for her. First shot up and no good. Short. Getting ready to put her second shot up here in just a second. Try to tie the game here, and she does. Connects on the free throw, ties it up at 6, 4:57 left first period. Ransom bringing it down the court now, barking out some offensive play calls. Pass over to her right, to her left rather, is LaQuay Marshall. Pass out to her right there is Holder. Holder passed back to Marshall, had a shot but lost control of the ball, gives it back over to Ransom. Ransom's going to back it up a little bit, pass back over to Marshall. Back to Ransom. Ransom gets it over to Marshall on the near side of the court. Now Rockets to the far side of the court. And a shot clock violation there by Albany Tech, and it'll be Georgia Highlands basketball. It seemed like Jay Holder had gotten the pass just a little bit too late and couldn't put a shot up before the buzzer sounded. It'll be Georgia Highlands basketball now. Fisher has it now. Again, the Oklahoma native, the freshman. Gets it over to Kamingo. Kamingo, the sophomore. Going to drive here, spin, and pass back to number 22. That's Brianna Davis, the sophomore. Now Fisher has it again. Fakes a layup, passes out to Davis. Three-pointer from Brianna Davis is good. That three-pointer puts the Lady Chargers up by 3 here, 9-6, 3:50 rather left here in the first period. Passes over to the right side there is number 22, Reynolds. Now Holder has it. Holder to Marshall. Over to Ransom. Underneath trying to get it to Reynolds there, and they're going to call a foul there on Elizabeth Newberry, I believe. Indeed they will. That's the first team foul for Georgia Highlands. First personal foul for Elizabeth Newberry, the Georgia native. And some substitution coming in here for Albany Tech. Number 12, Quadronique Franklin coming in, and she gets it. Franklin has it now, passes out to Holder. Holder's wide open in three-point land, and she doesn't miss this time. Nails a three-pointer. That ties it at 9. 3:26 left here, first period. Some Georgia Community College basketball going on here. 9-9 tie, 3:17 left first period. Fisher has it, gives it underneath to Kamingo. Kamingo puts a jumper up, no good. And the rebound is going to go to, I believe it went to Georgia Highlands, but it was tipped out of bounds by them. And so, it was tipped out of bounds by Albany Tech, and it will be Georgia Highlands basketball right under the basket. They pass it out to Brianna Davis, who's standing right on the teeth of that Charger logo, gives it over to her left. That is Hills. Hills going to drive towards the top of the key. Now to the left, gives it over to her right. So Kamingo almost stolen on a bad pass, but it goes to Fisher. Fisher corrals it there. Top of the key, she's going to drive. She loses possession of it and comes away with it. Jay Holder for these Lady Titans passes it over to Ransom. Layup up and no good from Ransom. And the rebound is, can't see what's going on. Albany Tech has it and they put up a shot. It was no good, but they were fouled there. The foul is going to be called on number 24. That's Katarina Kamingo's first personal foul, second team foul. That's Kia Max going to the line here for 2 shots. First one's up and good. Gives the Lady Titans the lead yet again, 10-9, 2:38 left, first period. Second shot also good from Mack. That gives her team a 2-point lead, 11-9 here, 2:38 left, first period. Fisher has it now, bringing it down the court. Putting on some dribbling moves, puts a layup. Nope, passes underneath to Newberry. Newberry is kind of trapped there, and I think they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow will be to Albany Tech. Lady Titans did a good job underneath to force the jump ball, and again, that will give them the possession. Inbounds pass goes to Ransom. Deidre Ransom dribbling out to the far side of the court. Pass back top of the key. There's Jay Holder. Fakes a shot and then puts her up, jumper up and good there from Jay Holder. Extends their lead to 4, 13-9, 2:06 left, first period. Passing out to the left there to Elizabeth Newberry. Now in the corner is Hills. Hills underneath the Newberry. Newberry driving, layup up. No good off the glass from Newberry and tipped around there and goes to Albany Tech. There's Franklin. Quadronique Franklin has it now. Pass back to Ransom. A jumper from Ransom up, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by Fisher. Zaria Fisher bringing it down the court, jumper up. Off the glass and in, rattled around and goes in there. Azaria Fisher brings the Highlands Lady Chargers within 2. Albany Tech trying to catch Highlands defense off guard, rifle it down the court, and try to get a quick shot, but the foul is going to go on Katarina Kamingo. That's her second personal foul, third team foul, and at the line there is number 20, Sakia Mack. Her second trip to the line here in just a matter of a couple of minutes. 1:29 left, 13-11. Albany Tech leads as the first shot is up and no good from Sakia Mack. Substitution coming in here for Albany Tech. They're going to let Ransom take a seat and bring in Tiana Miller, a freshman. Second shot from Mack up and good. And now it's a 3-point game, 14-11, 1:29 left, first period. Kamingo's going to inbounds it here to Fisher, and she does. Fisher has it now in no hurry, bringing it down the court. Get some offensive play calls from head coach Brandon Harrell. Fisher gives it over to Newberry at the top of the key. She'll get it over in the corner. There's Brianna Davis wide open for a 3. No good, short. Fights for the rebound though, but Albany Tech comes away with it. There's number 5, that's Miller. Just checking into the game here, Tiana Miller. Has it, it's going to give it over to the top of the key to Holder. Holder back to Miller. Dribble it out to the far side, gets it to the top of the key there. Number 22, and up underneath trying to force it there and ripped away there by Elizabeth Newberry. Now all the way down the court, Kamingo, easy layup up and good. The sophomore connects on an easy layup and brings Highlands within 1 here, 14-13, 35 seconds left in the first period. Now at the top of the key is Miller. Miller gives it over to Holder outside the 3-point line. Is going to drive, fake a shot, give it underneath. A layup off the glass there by Albany Tech, and coming away with it there is number 10, that is Hills. Now Georgia Highlands will have one less chance to score here at the end of the first period. There's Fisher, gives it over to Kamingo. 7 seconds left and ticking. There's Hills underneath. Or they give it outside to Brianna Davis, who nails a 3-pointer. And that 3-pointer by Brianna Davis gives Georgia Highlands the lead here, 16-14 through 1 period of play. Thanks to the 3-pointer again by Brianna Davis, the sophomore, number 22 on these Lady Chargers team. Hit 2 3-pointers there in the first period. And again, Chargers leading it here 16-14 through one period of play. Scores so far for these Lady Chargers: 6 points for Brianna Davis, 3 points for Anna Stewart, 4 points for Azaria Fisher, and 3 points also for Katarina Kamingo. For the Lady Titans, 2 points for LaQuay Marshall, 5 points for Jay Holder, 5 points also for Sakia Mack, and 2 points for Khadijah Ransom. Lady Chargers leading it here 16-14 against a team that did beat them earlier in the year, but the Lady Chargers found a way to end in January on a very high note, winning their last 4 games heading into this contest. Although Albany Tech also won their last game. They have a 1-game winning streak, but 4 wins in a row for these Lady Chargers. Again, they did play earlier, December 6th, earlier this season, and Lady Titans got the win 72-63. Starting the second period here on offense are the Lady Chargers, giving in to Fisher. Fisher driving, loses possession almost, and comes away with it. Now she's outside the perimeter, doing some dribble moves, driving, puts a layup, awkward layup off the glass and in. Zaria Fisher completes the layup there and extends the lead to 4 here for the Lady Chargers, 18-14. Now Miller has it. Miller's going to give it over to the right. There is Franklin. Franklin, a freshman. Underneath, gets it number 22. There's Reynolds. Layup up and no good. Rebounded by Miller. Shot up, no good. And then the rebound rattles in finally there on the shot by Makisha Reynolds. Cuts the lead to 2, 18-16, 9:14 left here in the second period. Hills has it now. Hills gives it over to Kamingo. Kamingo driving, passes back to Fisher. Zaria Fisher, the freshman, has it. Underneath she goes to Kamingo, almost tipped out of bounds. Probably would have been out of bounds on the Highlands, but an Albany Tech player caught it and stepped out of bounds, so it will be Highlands basketball. Ransom coming back into the game for Albany Tech along with Sakia Mack. Let Jay Holder take a seat. Inbounds pass is ripped away there by Mack, and Mack's bringing it down the court. Mack gives it over to Franklin. Franklin gets it underneath to Miller. Miller has it, jumper up. No good, rebounded by Newberry. Newberry comes away with it for the Lady Chargers, gives it over to Fisher, and Fisher's leading this offense again. Bringing it down the court, looking to extend their lead. Pass to one possession, gets it underneath to Kamingo. They tried to set up a three-pointer there to Brianna Davis, but it was tipped out of bounds by Ransom, so it will remain Lady Chargers basketball as number 4 comes in. LaQuay Marshall coming back into the game here for Albany Tech. Tiana Miller going to take a seat. Fisher gets it in to Elizabeth Newberry. Back to Hills now, Jadeja Hills, the Georgia native. She's going to drive, and she is fouled there. They're going to call it a shooting foul, so that's 2 shots thanks to the foul there on number 12, Quadronique Franklin. First personal foul rather. And first team foul here in the second period for these Albany Tech Lady Titans as Jadeja Hills connects on her first shot. First trip to the line for Hills, the freshman. Looking to extend the lead past 3 here. Second shot also good. And it's 20-16 now, 8:27 left for second period. Lady Chargers on top. Leading this offense again for these Lady Titans is number 32, that is Khadijah Ransom. Gives it over to the left to Quadronique Franklin. Forces it underneath to Mack. Mack fouled by Elizabeth Newberry, going up for a shot. Second personal foul on Elizabeth Newberry. First team foul here in the second period for these Lady Chargers. Sakia Mack going to the line again tonight, her 3rd trip to the line. Had 5 points there in that first period. First shot from Mack, too short, hits the rim. And another substitution for these Lady Titans as Corrine Thompson, who was in for just a moment, takes a seat, and they're bringing back in Jay Holder. Sakia Mack getting ready to put up her 6th shot of the day, and she makes this one. Cuts the lead to 3, 20-17. They're pressing on the inbounds pass, but it does go to Fisher, and she breaks midcourt. Pass it over to the right to Kamingo. Kamingo has it now. He's going to drive out to the right and pass to her corner. There's Hills up no good on a three-pointer. The ball's on the ground. Kamingo gets it, puts a layup up and good. Kamingo adds a layup and extends the lead to 5, 22-17, 7:43 left, second period. There's Fredesia Ransom. Has it now for these Lady Titans. Passes it over to Jay Holder. Now number 4, that's LaQuay Marshall. Gets it, passes back to Marshall. Now Franklin has it top of the key, passes out to Ransom. Ransom driving, and it was stripped away there by Fisher, and coming away with it's Newberry. Newberry tries to get it to Fisher. Miscommunication, and the Lady Titans get a steal for after they lost the ball there themselves. Layup jumper up, no good from Lady Titans. Number 20, Kia Mack. Rebound goes to the Chargers, bringing it down the court. Number 1, that's Fisher. She tries to get it underneath to Elizabeth Newberry, and a little bit of frustration there by the sophomore. And that's her third personal foul, getting in a little bit of foul trouble here early on into the game. Will remain Lady Titans basketball. Inbounds pass from Mack to Ransom. Ransom bringing it down the court here. Passes the Charger logo. Passes over to the right there. Number 4. It's Marshall. LaQuay Marshall, the sophomore, passes over to Quadronique Franklin, the freshman. Back to Marshall, who's open for 3 if she wants it. Doesn't take it. Gives it back over to Franklin. Franklin has it. Going to drive now, attack the basket, spins, puts the jumper up, no good, off the glass. Rebounded by Mack though. Mack puts her own layup up and good. Sakia Mack with her 8th point of the game there on that layup, and cuts the lead to 3 for these Lady Chargers, 22-19, 6:24 left, second period. Jumper up and no good there from Fisher. Tries to get her own rebound, and when she does, it was tipped out of bounds by Albany Tech. So it will stay Lady Chargers basketball as Elizabeth Newberry's going to take a seat. Bringing in number 4, Cassie McFather, the freshman. The bounce pass goes to McFather. Passes over to the corner. There's Hills if she wanted to take the 3, but she didn't. Passes underneath to Kamingo. Almost ripped away. Gets it to Hills for layup up and good. Deja Hills, the freshman, connecting on the layup and extends the lead to 5, 24-19. Just past the 6-minute mark here in the second period. Passes, Albany Tech has it now. Franklin tries to get it to Mack, almost tipped out of bounds, but Mack saves it. Puts a jumper over Kamingo, but no good. Rebounded by Davis. And the Chargers are back on offense. There's Fisher. Zaria Fisher has it. Fisher passes to the left there. Kamingo, who nails a long jumper. Kamingo nails the long jumper and extends the lead now to 7 for these Lady Chargers, 26-19, 5:22 left, second period. Now Ransom has it. It's going to pass over to Quadronique Franklin on the right, back to Ransom underneath, and a foul there on the shot from Ransom will be called on number 4. That is Cassie McFather picking up her first personal foul. Third team foul here in the second period, and again that's going to send Fredesia Ransom to the line. Her first trip to the line tonight. Been more of a floor general for these Lady Titans. Short free throw, hits off the rim, and now they're going to let Georgia Highlands going to let Cassie McFather take a seat, have a word with Coach Harrell. They're going to bring in number 3, Jalessa Dillard. Second shot up and good there from Ransom, and cuts the lead to 6, 26-20. Timeout. Albany Tech will take a timeout. They trail it here 26-20, 5:14 left. Second period action here. Georgia Highlands basketball. Lady Chargers lead 26-20. here, Georgia Highlands basketball. Lady Chargers taking on the Albany Tech Lady Titans here. 5:14 left, second period action underway here as the pass is into Dillard, who gets it up to Fisher. Fisher gets it over to Kamingo. Back to Dillard. Dillard takes the jumper, gets it underneath the Kamingo, puts a layup up, no good, goes off the rim, but she was fouled, so she'll go to the line for two. Foul's going to be called on red 32. That is Fredesia Ransom. That's her second personal foul. Second team foul. And second trip to the line, rather, for Kamingo tonight. Already has 7 points in the game. Make that 8. First free throw up and good from Katarina Kamingo, the sophomore Lady Charger. Extends the lead to 7, 27-20, 5:02 left, second period. Second free throw up and good from Kamingo, and that makes it an 8-point game, 28-20 here. 5:01 left, second period. Ransom has it, bringing it down the court here for these Lady Titans. Pass to the right to LaQuay Marshall. LaQuay Marshall driving, pass back to Franklin. Three-pointer up, no good, in and out, rebounded by Fisher. Oh, so close on the three-pointer there from Quadronique Franklin. But now the Chargers have it underneath Kamingo. Kamingo tries to get it back to Fisher, but she was fouled there. It was ripped out of her arm. There by number 15, Jay Holder. Jay Holder. First personal foul, third team foul here in the second period for the Lady Titans. Fisher has it now. It's going to inbounds it to Hills. Jadeja Hills layup up, no good. On the jumper from Jadeja Hills, and Athens Tech comes away with it. Albany Tech, rather. There's Ransom. Jadeja Ransom passes over to the right to LaQuay Marshall. Marshall passes over to Jaya Holder. Now Franklin has it. Quadronique Franklin driving, passes over to Ransom. Jumper up and no good, short from Ransom. Rebounded by Fisher, who gets it up to Dillard, has some space, layup up and good, or no good. I'm too ahead of myself there. It goes off the rim, rebounded by Franklin. Now the Lady Titans have it. Passes over to Jaya Holder, a three-pointer up from Holder, and it's good. Jaya Holder nails the three-pointer, her second three-pointer of the game here, the freshman, and it cuts the lead to 5 now for these Lady Chargers, 28-23. 3:44 left, second period. Fisher has it now. Passes to her left to Dillard. Uncontested jumper up and good from Dillard. Jalissa Dillard extends the lead to 7 now, 30-23, 3:25 left, second period. Ransom has it, bringing it over the Charger logo at midcourt. Dribbling to the far side. Setting up some offense now, three-pointer up. And in and out there from LaQuay Marshall, but rebounded by Mack, and she puts it in. Kia Mack puts in a layup there. 30-25 now, 3:04 left, second period. Fisher has it, Azaria Fisher. Gives it over to Dillard. Dillard has it. Drives out to the left with jumper up, no good, she was fouled. Second personal foul on Quadronique Franklin. Fourth team foul here in the second period for the Lady Titans as they're getting ready to send in a bench player. It's first free throw up and no good from Dillard, and now number 22 is coming into the game. There is Reynolds for the Lady Titans. Going to give Quadronique Franklin a seat. Dillard ready in her second free throw. It's up and good. 31-25 now, 2:51 left. Inbounds pass goes to Mack, who hands it back over to Ransom. Ransom bringing it up the court now. Gives it over to her left. Now on the far side is Marshall. Marshall gives it over to Holder. Holder forces it underneath to Ransom, almost tipped away, gets it over to Mack. Mack underneath, puts the layup up, no good thanks to the defense there by Kamingo, and Lady Chargers basketball now is Hills. Jadeja Hills driving, passes over, tries to get it to Brianna Davis, but tipped away, stolen by the Lady Titans. Ransom underneath the Holder. Layup up, no good from Holder, but they're going to call a foul there on Holder, that's her second personal foul. Charge. Fifth team foul here in this second period for the Lady Titans. They trail at 31-25, and the Lady Chargers have the ball back now. 2:10 left, second period. Fisher gets it underneath the Kamingo. Hand off to Dillard.
3-second violation.
Call a 3-second violation on Georgia Highlands. That'll give the Albany Tech the basketball again. Reynolds inbounds it there to Ransom, bringing it down the court, hearing some offensive play calls from the coach. Ransom has it on the far side of the court, tries to force it in underneath, but tipped by Lady Charger out of bounds, and so it will remain Lady Titans basketball. Holder going to inbounds it here for Albany Tech. Gets it in there to Marshall. Now Ransom has it again. Rhodesia Ransom. Drives out to the left, and they're going to call a foul there on Dillard. Defending the shot. Excuse me. First personal foul on Anna Stewart, rather. Ransom missed the first free throw, makes the second one, cuts it to a 5-point lead again, 31-26. Down the court, they're going to call a foul there on Albany Tech. It's going to be on number 15, Jaya Holder. That's her third personal. Going to the line here, Jadeja Hills, the Georgia native. Nails her third free throw here of the second period, and that extends the lead 32-26. 1:22 left here in the first half. Jaya Holder underneath was open, gets it to Mack. Now Holder gets it over to Marshall. A three-pointer from LaQuay Marshall is good. And now the Lady Chargers are seeing their lead starting to diminish a little bit. Only a 3-point lead now, 32-29. A minute left here in the first half, second period. And they get it to Anna Stewart. Stewart has it jumper up and good, no good off the rim and rebounded by Holder. Holder doesn't waste any time bringing it down the court, gives it over to Ransom, back to Holder, and a tip and a steal there by Kamingo. Kamingo gives it over to Fisher, and Fisher brings it down the court, rifles it underneath to Anna Stewart, who a whole lot of contact on the shot, and it seemed like it was blocked out of bounds there by Albany Tech, so will remain Georgia Highlands basketball. Here underneath the basket with 38 seconds left in the second period. Kia Mack's going to take a seat here. They're bringing in number 14. That is Green Thompson. Inbounds pass goes to Stewart. Stewart guarded by number 5, Tiana Miller. Came in for Jaya Holder. Stewart has it again, still here. 30 seconds left. Brianna Davis, a three-pointer off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Albany Tech, and they try to get to LaQuay Marshall, but pass too far for her. It's going to be out of bounds. Now with 19 seconds left here in the first half, Lady Chargers going to get it back here, leading 32-29. Fisher has it now, bringing it up the court. Handoff there, number 3. There's Stewart. Stewart underneath, jumper, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Titans. Now Ransom can pass it up to LaQuay Marshall. Layup up at the buzzer, and good there by LaQuay Marshall. And she cuts it to a 1-point lead here at halftime. 32-31, the Lady Chargers lead it, but by the slimmest of all margins. Again, 32-31 at halftime. We'll be right back here after halftime with some more Lady Chargers basketball. Some NJCAA basketball about the second half, about to be underway here. And it is. Inbounds pass goes to Ransom as the Lady Titans have the ball to start the second half. They trail by 1, 32-31. Holder has it and gives it over to the left. There's going to be a foul, off the ball foul, 3-second violation rather. They're on max, so it'll be Lady Chargers basketball. We'll go through some first half scoring for these Lady Chargers. 9 points for Kamingo, 6 points for Brianna Davis, 6 points for Anna Stewart, 6 points for Azaria Fisher, and 5 also for Hills. As shot is up and no good from the Lady Chargers, and Albany Tech comes away with it. Ransom has it now. They're dribbling, going to pass underneath there. Jumper is up from number 22, is up and good. That is from Reynolds, Makisha Reynolds. And that gives them the lead now, 33-32. 9:15 left here, third period. A lot of game left, but the Chargers have blown pretty impressive lead there early on in the second period, in the first period. A whole lot of game left though. Brianna Davis has it now, top of the key, can give over to her left. There's Fisher. Fisher has it. It's going to drive, jumper up, short, no good, and it's going to be Albany Tech basketball. Lady Titans are going to have it now. Scoring for the Lady Titans goes as this: 10 points for Sakia Max, 8 points for Jaya Holder, 7 for LaQuay Marshall, 4 for Ransom, and 2 points for Makisha Reynolds there in the first half. Reynolds added a layup there just a second ago, jumper, and that gave them the lead 33-32 here, but they trailed 32-31 in the first half. A jumper from Ransom up and rims out, no good, but Kamingo tips it right to Mack. Ball's on the floor, corralled there by Hills, but she gives it away there, passes it to Marshall, and Marshall fakes a shot. Seems like she was fouled there, as if she was faking a shot. It's going to be called on number 10. Jadeja Hills, who's been a starter, has played most of this game. That's only her first personal foul. It's going to send LaQuay Marshall to the line here for her first trip to the line tonight. 7 points there in that first half for LaQuay Marshall. First shot from Marshall up, no good. 33-32, they still lead. Newberry is going to come in for Hills. Newberry, the Rome, Georgia native. Second shot from Marshall, short, rims out, goes to Newberry. Newberry passes over to her left to Fisher, and then Fisher brings it down the court now to Kamingo. Kamingo, fast break, no good shot. Gets her own rebound though and puts it up again, draws a foul there. It's going to send her to the line. It's going to be called on number 22. It's going to be on Reynolds. That's her second personal foul. First team foul here in the third period for these Lady Titans, as Kamingo is going to go to the line. Katarina Kamingo, first shot up and good. This is her third trip to the line tonight. She is, with that basket, that makes her 4 for 5 from the line. And second shot also good. Make that 5 for 6 from the line from Kamingo, and that gives her Lady Chargers the lead here, 34-33. It's 8:10 left third period. Now Ransom has it, bringing it down the court on the far side of the court. Pass over to the corner. There's Holder, wide open for a three, and it's good. She nails it. Holder gives the Lady Titans the lead again here, 36-34. Holder, that's her third three-pointer here in the game. Gonna have to wake up on the perimeter if you're this Lady Chargers defense. Stewart, no-look pass underneath to Kamingo, layup up and good. Kamingo showing out tonight here with her 13th point there in the game on that layup. Ties the game at 36 apiece here between the Albany Tech Lady Titans and the Georgia Highlands College Lady Chargers. 7:25 and ticking in this third period. Ransom has it. It's going to pass over to her left to Holder. Holder guarded by Newberry. Holder driving. Going to pass over to number 22. Layup up and good there from Makisha Reynolds. It's her second jumper here in this third period. Now Kamingo has it. Wide open jumper from Kamingo. Short. Rebounded by Newberry. And now Brianna Davis has it. Three-pointer up. No good. Anna Stewart has it blocked out of her hands, so it will remain Georgia Highlands basketball. Great job there to keep the ball alive for Georgia Highlands there, to keep the possession alive. And Fisher's going to inbounds it now. into Brianna Davis, three-pointer there. No good off the rim. Kamingo gets the rebound and puts the shot up and good. Second basket here in this third period for Kamingo. 6 total points here in the third period. She had 9 in the first half. That gives Georgia Highlands, ties it up there, 38-38. 6:41 left, third period. Ransom gives it over to her left. Reynolds gives it over. And a steal there on defense is Fisher. Fisher bringing it down the court, pass over to Kamingo, layup up, no good. Swatted at a Albany Tech player. And they're going to call a foul there on Anna Stewart, I believe. Second personal foul there for Anna Stewart, the sophomore. That gives Lady Titans the basketball. Ransom bringing it down the court here. Ransom, the sophomore. Drive and hand off to Holder. Holder has it, passes back over to Ransom. Ransom gives it over to LaQuay Marshall. Ransom has it. Dribbling to the far side of the court, setting up this offense. She's going to drive to the lane, put the awkward shot up, no good. Tipped rebound there by Kamingo, passes it over to Davis, and Davis is going to slow it down and hand it over to Anna Stewart. Stewart breaks midcourt, and now bringing it up, layup up, no good there from Stewart. Rebounded by Newberry, though. Newberry gives it over to Davis. Davis passes back to Fisher. Fisher outside the perimeter there. Now she's going to back up to the Charger logo as they're looking to set up some offense. Tries to get it to Stewart, miscommunication, and the steal there by Ransom. Ransom bringing it down the court. Layup from Ransom, no good, but she was fouled there by Fisher. Good sportsmanship to help up Ransom. That will be Fisher's, I believe, first personal foul.
Personal foul, Georgia Highlands, number 1, Rosaria Fisher. First personal foul, third team foul.
Third team foul.
At the line for Albany Tech, number 32 for Deja Ransom.
Third team foul for these Lady Chargers here in the third period. And Fertigia Ransom's going to go to the line. First shot from Ransom up and no good, short. Will remain tied 38 apiece. Ransom ready in her second shot. The floor general for these Lady Titans, and she nails the second one. 3 for 6, 50% from the line tonight is Fertigia Ransom, and that gives them a 1-point lead, 39-38. Anna Stewart brings it up for Georgia Highlands, passes over to her left to Fisher. Fisher gets it over to the right there. Davis trying to find someone to get it to, gets it to Stewart. Three-pointer from Anna Stewart, and she nails it. Anna Stewart connects on a long three-pointer there, and that gives the Lady Chargers a lead, 41-39. Ransom passes over to Reynolds, now Holder has it. Holder gets it over to Marshall. Marshall gets it underneath to Mack. Mack guarded by Kamingo, layup up, in and out, no good. Rebounded though by Lady Titan there by Ransom, and she puts the layup up and good. Tied up at 41 again here in this very hotly contested battle, 41-41, 4:33 left here, third period. Fisher has it. The Oklahoma native tries to get it to Elizabeth Newberry, but it's ripped and stolen there on the kind of a poor pass there. Stolen by Jaya Holder, and she gives it over to Ransom. Fertigia Ransom has it, gives it over to her left. Reynolds. Reynolds hands it over to Holder now. Marshall. Three-pointer from Marshall. LaQuay Marshall, no good. Rebounded by Kamingo. Kamingo gets it over to Anna Stewart. Stewart all the way down the court. Underneath, and a little bit too much contact there on Stewart. The foul's going to be called on Fertigia Ransom. That's her third personal. Second team foul here in the third period for the Lady Titans. And the Chargers will have it under the basket as Quadranique Franklin's coming in, checking in for Ransom. Franklin, the freshman. Scoreless in that first half was Franklin. Inbounds pass goes to Kamingo. Kamingo gets it over to Stewart. Stewart underneath, layup, no good, and they're going to call a foul. It's going to be called on number 12. That's going to be on Quadranique Franklin. That's her third personal foul and the third team foul of the third period for Lady Titans. Anna Stewart going to the line now. Second trip to the line for Anna Stewart, the sophomore. Already has one three-pointer in this third period. First shot up and good from Stewart. 42-41 now. Lady Chargers lead it. Stewart ready as her second shot here to try to put her team up by 2. And she does just that. 43-41, 3:54 left, third period. Inbounds pass goes to LaQuay Marshall. LaQuay Marshall gets it over to the right to Franklin. Franklin gets it over to Reynolds. Back to Franklin. Three-pointer up from Franklin. No good. Rebound's going to go to Fisher. Fisher bringing it down the court. Underneath the Stewart. Stewart layup and good. And Stewart connects on the layup and brings the team up by 4 now. 45-41. 3.5 minutes left, third period. LaQuay Marshall has it now. Looking a little bit fatigued. Passes over to Reynolds now. Far side of the court is Holder. Holder might have took an extra step there. Gets it over to Quadranate Franklin, top of the key. Underneath, Reynolds now back out to Marshall. Marshall's going to travel, and they're going to call that one. An extra step there by LaQuay Marshall, and that's going to give the Lady Chargers basketball again. Lead it by 4, 45-41. Albany Tech's going to take a timeout now. They trail at 45-41 again. 3:10 left here in the third period. Scoring so far here in this third period. 7 points already here in the third period alone by Anna Stewart. She had only 6 in the first half. And 9 points in the first half for Katarina Kamingo. She's followed that up with a very solid third period. 6 points here so far in the third period. As for Albany Tech, a three-pointer was made by Jaya Holder. A layup and a free throw was made by Khadijah Ransom, and 2 layups there by Marquisha Reynolds. And that's how we get to our 45-41 score that we have now. The Lady Chargers looking to add to it here on offense. And they break the huddle as they just did. And again, it will be Lady Chargers basketball. They lead by 4, 45-41. 3:10 left, third period action. Stewart inbounds it to Fisher. Zaria Fisher, kind of a floor general for this Georgia Highlands team, hands it off to Stewart. Stewart has it far side of the court, driving, uncontested layup from Stewart, rattles in. And Stewart makes the layup. Extends the lead to 6 now, 47-41. Now LaQuay Marshall has it again, the sophomore. Sophomore guard passes over to the left to Holder. Holder has it, gets it underneath to Mack. Layup up and good. Great shot there by Mack. You got to give credit where it's due. Great job by Sakia Mack, despite the contact, to finish through and put in a layup. But Fisher on the other side of the court says, I can do the same thing as you. Puts a layup up and good there by Fisher. And a timeout's going to be called, I believe, by Coach Farrell of Georgia Highlands. Lead is still 6 now, 49-43, 2:26 left, third period here. Lady Chargers lead 49-43. Lady Chargers looking to win their 5th game in a row here and improve their conference record to 9-4, as they're right now 13-11 overall, 8 wins in conference, only 4 losses. Albany Tech, on the other hand, 11-8 overall, 6-5 in conference play, but they have beaten Georgia Highlands once this year. On December 6th, they won 72-63. Highlands coming out and playing very disciplined here in the second half, looking to add to their lead. Hopefully, maybe coast to a win here in this 4th period, but as we all know too well, there are no off weeks. There are no off games, rather, in this conference. 2 stout defenses here tonight. Bringing it down the court is LaQuay Marshall. Coach Williams of the Lady Titans marking out some offensive play calls. They try to force it underneath to Franklin, almost stolen there by Anna Stewart, and they're going to call a foul on Fisher. Fisher a little too aggressive there. She's played a very nice game so far. 8 points on offense. He's had a few nice plays on defense as well. Only 2 fouls for the starter, Zaria Fisher, the freshman. Underneath, Mack had it, and they're going to call a jump ball there thanks to Anna Stewart, the sophomore. That's going to give Georgia Highlands the basketball now. 49-43, 2 minutes left, third period. They're looking to add to that here. Azaria Fisher looking to make up for her foul just a second ago. She's at the top of the key, taking some calls from Coach Harrell. Passed over to her left to Stewart. Stewart back over to Fisher. Nobody getting open, can give it back over to Stewart. Stewart on the near side of the court. Pass it to Kamingo. Now Fisher had a shot, didn't take it. Rifles it over to Stewart now. Three-pointer from Anna Stewart. No good. But rebounded by Kamingo, and she puts the layup up and good. 51-43. Lackadaisical effort there under the basket by Albany Tech, and Kamingo capitalizes on it, puts in a layup, and extends the lead to 8 here. 51-43, a minute 17 left, third period. Holder has it at the top of the key, dribbling out to the right, and kind of zigzagging over there at midcourt. Tries to get it underneath the Mack, but stolen by Kamingo. Kamingo gets it to Fisher, rifles it up to Anna Stewart. Anna Stewart coming down the court, layup up and good from Stewart. Georgia Highlands is on fire right now, especially Kamingo and Stewart. Fisher with some key assists as well here in this third period. Quay Marshall has it now, passes over to her left. There's Reynolds, and a steal almost stolen there by Anna Reynolds. Tiptoeing the out-of-bounds line was Mack, but still there by Fisher. Fisher bringing it down the court. Puts a layup, no good, but she was fouled. Let's see if they're going to say it was before she shot it. They will not. They'll say she was in the motion. Foul's going to be called on number 15, Jaya Holder. That's her fourth personal foul and fourth team foul here in the third period. Azaria Fisher, the Oklahoma City native, looking to put her team up by 12 if she makes both of these free throws. They lead it already by 10 right now, 53-43 with 35 seconds left in the third period. First trip to the line tonight for the freshman Fisher. First shot up and good. (54-43) now. Fisher readying her second shot. No good. The rebound's going to go to Mack. So it is an 11-point game here with 30 seconds left until fourth quarter. Pass goes back to LaQuay Marshall. Give it back over to Ransom. They try to get it underneath Mack, but it's still there by Kamingo. Kamingo's going to slow it down, hand back off to Fisher, and now the shot clock is off. 19 seconds and ticking left here in the third period, and Fisher's in the very corner of the court. Fisher's walking it very slowly up as seconds are ticking off. 7, 6, 5. Hands off to Anna Stewart. Stewart, they're setting up some screens. The jumper from Anna Stewart is good as the buzzer sounds. And that is going to give Georgia Highlands the lead here after a huge third period where they've scored 24 points in the third period alone. And they held Albany Tech to 12. They lead it now 56-43. Fourth period action underway here in just a second. Scoring so far in this game, 3 points there in that third quarter for Azaria Fisher. She has 9 total heading into the fourth period. 5 points for Jadeja Hills heading into the fourth period. Well, Anna Stewart had 6 in the first half. She had 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 points in the third period alone. So she has 19 as of right now. 6 points for Brianna Davis. Kamingo had 9 in the first half. She followed that up with a strong performance in the third period as she had 8 points in the second period. She has 17 heading into the fourth period. 7 points for LaQuay Marshall of the Lady Titans. 11 points for Jaya Holder. 12 points for Takia Mack heading into the fourth quarter. 7 points for Khadijah Ransom. 6 points for Makisha Reynolds as she opened up the second half with a couple of layups for the Lady Titans. And that's how we have our score right now. 56-43. The Lady Chargers lead it, but Lady Titans are on offense to start the fourth period here, trying to cut into that lead, trying to make it a game again. Inbounds pass goes to Ransom. Lady Titans finding out quickly this is not the Lady Chargers team that they faced on December 6th, where they won by 9 points. Tip out of bounds by Anna Stewart will remain Lady Titans basketball. Inbounds pass goes to Ransom. Ransom has it. Drive out to the near side of the court. now cuts, pass back to Franklin. Franklin hands over to Marshall. Marshall gives it back over to Ransom. Ransom to Reynolds, back to Marshall. Marshall outside the three-point line. Over to Ransom. Ransom over to Mack, and I believe that should have been a shot clock violation. Did they get the shot off in time? They did. They say they will. I believe the shot was by Mack there. Jumper by Mack. Kia Mack with the jumper, cuts the lead to 11, 56-45, 9 minutes, 10 seconds left in the fourth period. Fisher gets it underneath to Newberry. Newberry drives, layup up, no good from Newberry. Tipped away and rebounded by LaQuay Marshall. Bringing it down the court now is Quadronique Franklin. Layup up and good off the glass from Franklin. Her first points of the game, first basket of the game from Franklin, who's had a lot of playing time. Has some key blocks on, or key stops on defense rather. And now the lead is only 9 for the Lady Chargers, 56-47. Stewart has it now. Stewart driving, layup up. Off the glass, or off the rim, no good. She puts it up again, no good. And rebounded finally by Mack. Bringing it down the court is Marshall. Marshall coming, passes over to Mack. Mack passes back to Franklin. Franklin's open for a three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Brianna Davis. Spins around, passes back to Fisher. Fisher bringing it down the court now. Passes over to Stewart. Back to Davis. Brianna Davis for three. Off the rim, rebounded by Franklin. And Lady Titans will have it. Franklin bringing it down the court, passes over to Ransom. Ransom a jumper up, no good, rebounded by Fisher. Lady Chargers bringing it down the court now, just past the 8-minute mark left in the game. 56-47, Georgia Highlands big third period has propelled them to this lead that they have right now, but let's see if they're going to be able to keep it. Anna Stewart has it now, passes underneath to Kamingo. Kamingo has it. Spins around, jumper up, no good from Kamingo, gets her own rebound. It's on the court, going around, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on Fisher. It's going to be the third personal foul on Azaria Fisher. A whole lot of stuff going on in the scramble for the ball, and they're going to get Fisher for a foul. First team foul here in this fourth period for the Lady Chargers. And Marshall's going to inbounds it to Ransom. Ransom's going to bring it down the court. Her team faces a 9-point deficit here with 7.5 minutes left in the game. There's plenty of time left for them to stage a comeback, but they have to start making some shots. Ransom layup, jumper, no good. Rebounded by Newberry. Newberry hands it over to Fisher, and she's bringing it down the court. Fisher setting up her offense here. Anna Stewart brings out to the left wing. Fisher, jumper from Fisher up and good. Beautiful shot there by the freshman from Oklahoma. And that extends the lead to 11, 58-47. 6:50 left here in the game. Ransom has it. It's going to pass over to her left. There's LaQuay Marshall. Marshall has it. She's driving. Passes over to the right there. It's Reynolds. Reynolds back out for Ransom. Ransom slowing down the pace of the game a little bit. Pick set up by Thompson. Ransom's shot is blocked, I believe, by Katarina. Shot up and no good, and then a rebound by Ransom, and she puts in a layup. Timeout there by Albany Tech. They've cut the lead down to 9 here with 6:25 left in the game, 58-49. Scoring so far in the fourth period. 2 points for Azaria Fisher, 2 points for Quadronique Franklin, 2 points for Sakia Mack, and 2 points for Fredija Ransom. So with 6:25 left in the game, the Chargers lead at 58-49. Let's see how they close. We'll be right back in just a second. Logan Maddox here, bringing you some Georgia Highlands College basketball. The Lady Chargers lead at 58-49. Remember, the boys' game against the Albany Tech Titans will be on right after this game ends. Boys will start warming up just as soon as the girls' teams leave the court as Anna Stewart cuts, makes a drive to the basket, tries to pass out, but gets it over to Ransom. Ransom steals it, brings it down the court. Ransom, a jumper up and no good, but she was fouled, and they're going to call a foul there on Kamingo, I believe. Indeed it will be. Katarina Pizzaglia Kamingo, that's her fourth personal foul, the sophomore. Or third personal foul, I believe, on her. Got her mixed up with Newberry on my sheet. First shot from Ransom up and good. Cuts the lead to 8 now, 58-50, as Hills coming back into the game. Going to let Elizabeth Newberry take a breather. Ransom getting ready for her second shot here. And the sophomore connects again. 58-51 now. The lead is starting to diminish for Georgia Highlands. Fisher playing a game of hot potato there with Stewart, and then a steal by Albany Tech. And a long pass down the court to Brianna Davis, and now Ransom has it, bringing it down the court with 5:48 left in the game. Ransom at the top of the key, dribbling out to the right and handed over to Quadronique Franklin. Franklin underneath, the pass to Mack, tipped away there by Brianna Davis. Trying to force it underneath to Sakia Mack, and it was tipped out of bounds by Davis. Davis, the sophomore, three-point specialist for these Lady Chargers. Inbounds pass, quick inbounds pass, Sakia Mack up and no good off the rim, and rebounded there by Fisher. Fisher walking it down the court now. Listening to some instructions by Coach Harold. Pass it over to the left to Stewart. Stewart has it now, dribbling. Puts the shot up. They're going to call a foul there on Stewart. Wave the shot off. A little bit of a push off there on the shot by Stewart, trying to create some separation, and they called the foul on it. Third personal foul on her. Third team foul here in the fourth period for the Lady Chargers. 5:14 left in the game, and the inbounds pass goes to Ransom. Passes over to Makisha Reynolds, now back over to Jaya Holder. Holder passes to the right, now to Ransom. Ransom gets it underneath to Holder. Holder is tipped away and stolen by Brianna Davis. I believe it was tipped by either Fisher or Hills, and now Fisher's bringing it up the court. Slowing down the pace of the game a little bit. 4:40 left in the game. Fisher passes over to her right to Stewart. Now in the corner is Hills. Hills tries to get it to Stewart, and it's going to be ripped out of bounds. They're going to call it a jump ball instead, so it will remain Lady Chargers' possession. Looked like it almost had been stolen, but then, or almost looked like it was stolen by Quadronique Franklin, then tipped out of bounds. Jaya Holder's kind of limping over to the sideline. They're going to bring it back in. LaQuay Marshall. Fisher's looking to inbounds it now. Going to get it over to Hills. Hills puts up a jumper, up and good. Jadeja Hills, that's her first point since the second quarter. As she connects on the jumper to make it a 60-51 game, 4:20 left here in the game. Deja Ransom has it top of the key, passes over to Quadronique Franklin, now back over to LaQuay Marshall. Marshall has it, passes over to Ransom. Ransom now to Franklin, and ripped away there by Anna Stewart, but she stepped on the line, so it will remain Albany Tech basketball. Great effort, though, there by the sophomore Stewart to force a turnover, even if she did step out of bounds. She's been making them pay all night when they've been trying to pass to the corner when she's been there on defense. Three-pointer from Ransom up and no good as right before the shot clock expires, but it hit the rim. Passes it over to Ransom, layup up and no good. Down on the floor. Now Ransom gets it over to Mack, tipped out of back. So it will be Georgia Highlands basketball. Kamingo going to inbounds it here. 3:48 left in the game. Gets it over to Fisher. Now bringing it up the court a little bit faster is Stewart. Back to Fisher. Stewart and Fisher playing some hot potato here. Fisher's going to come across the court, gets it over to the right side to Davis. Now top of the key is Jadeja Hills. Jadeja passes over to the left to Stewart. Stewart has it. Tries to get it underneath the heels, but tipped away, stolen by Albany Tech, and now Zakia Mack has it. Layup from Zakia Mack off the rim, no good, and rebounded by Jadeja Hills. Fisher bringing it up the court now. Passes over underneath there to Kamingo. Puts a layup under the basket, no good, but she was fouled. Foul's going to be called on number 20, Zakia Mack. Now she's had a huge game, 14 points for Zakia Mack. That's only her first personal foul, but another person who's had a huge game, Katarina Kaminko, going to the line here for the 4th time tonight. First shot up and good. She's only missed one free throw all night. $18 total points for Kaminko. Extends the lead on that made free throw, 61 to 51, 3:06 left in the game. As Kamingo readies her second free throw here. It's up and good too. 11-point game again, 62 to 51, 3:06 left. Mack rifles it up the court to Ransom. Ransom lost control of it, but corrals it. Brings it up midcourt, standing right on the eye of that Charger logo. Passes it to the left to Franklin. Franklin has it. Cut to the left. Possibly a travel there or double dribble by Franklin. Nothing called. Gives it over to Ransom. Ransom over to the corner. Jaya Holder open for three. No good. Rebound's going to go to Anna Stewart. They're pressing us a little bit here. Gets it over to Fisher. And Chargers have numbers now. Hill for a three-pointer. It was up. Was no good, but they're going to call some sort of foul. Or a 3-second violation, rather, on Georgia Highlands. So it will be Albany Tech basketball. 2:29 left here. Down 11. They need to get something going. They need to spark some kind of motivation coming here if they're going to have any chance at a comeback. Inbounds pass goes to Holder. Now Ransom's coming down the court. Ransom has it. Can drive now. Pass out to Reynolds. Jumper from Reynolds. Way too much on it. Air ball. Rebounded by Fisher. And Coach Williams is livid down there on the court. Fisher, who got the rebounds, bringing it down the court now. Going to pass over to Stewart in the far side near the corner, and 2 minutes left here in the game. Stewart back over to Fisher. Fisher guarded by Ransom. Fisher gets it underneath Stewart. Layup up and good from Stewart. Anna Stewart, the sophomore, making them pay here in this second half. 64 to 51, a minute 40 left in the game. Ransom bringing it up the court very slowly, and the Lady Titans may have just lost the game right there as the foul's going to be called on Kaminko. Fourth personal foul on Kaminko. Zakia Mack's going to the line here. She's got 14 points so far. This will be her fourth trip to the line. She is 4 of 6 so far tonight. Timeout's going to be called, I believe, by Albany Tech. They trail it rather, 64 to 51. 90 seconds left in this one, a minute 30. We'll be back in just a second with the final 90 seconds of this game. We're back here. Lady Chargers lead it by 13, 64 to 51, minute 30 left in the game. Zakia Mack's first shot up and good from the freshman. 5 on the court for Lady Chargers: Anna Stewart, Brianna Davis, Katarina Kaminko, Jadeja Hills, and Zaria Fisher. His second shot is up and good from Zakia Mack. And Fisher bringing it down the court in a bit of a hurry, gets it over to Anna Stewart, who's just going to stand there and hold the ball. No hurry at all for these Lady Chargers. Up 11 now, 64 to 53 with a minute 17 and ticking in the game. Spinning around is Anna Stewart. Driving against Ransom. It's on the floor. Passes over to Fisher. Fisher with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. No good. Rebounded by these Lady Titans. Coming away with the rebound, I believe it was Mack. Now Mack has it off her back, but she corrals it, passes over to LaQuay Marshall, almost over her head. Now on the other side of the court, Quadronique Franklin for 3 off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Jadeja Hills. Should just about do it, folks. 40 seconds left in the game. Katarina Kaminko down the court, layup up and no good. They are going to call the foul, though, on number 22. That is going to be Makisha Reynolds' 3rd personal foul, 3rd team foul here in the 4th period.
Third personal foul, second team foul.
Or 2nd team foul, rather, in the 4th period.
Georgia Highlands, number 24, Katarina Kaminko, 2 shots.
Kaminko getting ready to put up some more shots here. 2nd trip to the line in this period. In and out there by the sophomore Kaminko. And now Jaya Holder's coming back in for LaQuay Marshall. 36.9 seconds left in the game. 64 to 53, the Lady Chargers have dominated most of this second half. As the second shot's up and good from Kaminko, makes it a 12-point lead, 65-53. Ransom coming down the court, passes to her left to Reynolds. Reynolds gives it over to Franklin. Franklin driving, passes back to Holder. Holder back to Franklin now. Underneath is Mack, layup up and no good from Mack. Rebounded by Reynolds, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Kaminko, and 18 seconds left. The Chargers can dribble the clock out now. That should just about do it. Lady Chargers dominate the second half and come away with a win here, 65 to 53. Is 7 seconds left and ticking off the clock. The Lady Chargers are clapping it up, and they should feel good about this one. Their 5th win in a row, and they get revenge on the Albany Tech Lady Titans as the Lady Chargers win 65 to 53. Again, the Lady Chargers win this one 65 to 53. We're going to tally up the final stats real quick, and we'll be right back in just a second with some of these final stats. Lady Chargers win at 65-53 over the Albany Tech Lady Titans. Final stats here as the Lady Chargers win at 65 to 53. 11 points for Azaria Fisher, 7 points for Jadeja Hills. Leading all scorers with 21 points, Anna Stewart. 6 points for Brianna Davis and 20 points for Katarina Kaminko, the sophomore.